Okay, we are here with Daniel from
Yeah,
Brazil.
Brazil.
Would you tell us a little bit about you and your editorial ministry?
Oh yes, Daniel Faria. My name is Daniel Faria. I live in the chaotic city called São Paulo in Brazil, and I'm working as an editor in Mundo Cristão since 2011.
Okay.
This is my first time at LittWorld, and I'm very glad to be here.
Oh, we're glad to have you too. So, what do you? How did you get into your how did you become part of the
Okay,
publishing house?
I was in university. I was studying social communication. That's the way we call the graduation for journalism in Brazil.
Okay. Yeah.
And I went through a life-changing experience after reading some books, especially books written by the greatest Russian writer, Lev Tolstoy. I remember reading Anna Karenina and War and Peace, and I discovered by the time how literature can change a life. And then I started writing and translating some texts on a personal blog, texts on Christian faith and spirituality. And then that blog attracted the attention of a journalist who was just hired by Mundo Cristão to form an editorial team. And he suggested me to their team. They commissioned me with some translations. I started as a translator. And then some months later, I joined officially the Mundo Cristão team as part of their editorial team. And then I'm there to this day.
Oh, okay. And how long did that take between university and the position?
You know, God has worked in a timely manner in my life. It was just 1 or 2 years between that moment in my life that I consider as a kind of born again time in my life, because I was distant from the church. I was raised as a Baptist, but by the time I was in university, I was distant from the church. I was distant from faith. I was distant from God Himself. And as soon as I began to dedicate myself to learn more about Christian faith through literature, God gave me this possibility of working on that. And so I'm so glad that it happened,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
thank
Right time. Yeah. God's timing.
It's perfect. So perfect. Has been perfect in my life in so many ways.
And is there anything that you're, I guess, particularly excited about seeing God do through your ministry now that you're in it?
I want to keep cooperating in the mission of Mundo Cristão of transforming lives through literature, through Christian literature. I want to keep doing that for all my life, my whole life. And I'm dreaming also and seeing our authors, our Brazilian authors, having their books read all over the world. I think they're very talented. They are gifted authors, but you have this impediment of the language, this barrier of the language. But we live in a time when this kind of dream could be possible. And this is my dream by now.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Do you have any advice or some tips for Christian editors who may want to get involved in this kind of similar work to you?
Young editors, especially.
Editors starting out or authors, either one.
Okay, I think that you have to read a lot. Please read the classic books. Read those authors who were deservedly renowned by the style, by the talent, because this contrast between the good books, the classic books, and the other ones, not so good one, will help you understand what is a well-built, a well-edited book. And then you have to write. You have you may start trying to reproduce in paper or in a digital process, Word. You can copy some passages of a book, and when you do that, you will start to notice the rhythm, the cadence, the choice of vocabulary, because these are the elements that make a great author. And then you have to edit. That's a good thing, because when you start read and you start reading books, good books, and you start writing your own texts, maybe you should take some distance from the text for a while, and then when you go back to the text, you will, first sure, you will notice elements that have to be adjusted and corrected, and in this process we will understand what is it to be, what does it look like to be an editor. And if you get some pleasure doing these three things, read, write, and edit, maybe you're on your way to do this job and be successful in this area.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Maybe one last thing. We haven't been at LittWorld very long yet.
Yeah.
But is there anything that's stood out for you as encouraging or inspiring so far?
Yeah, I'm a very introverted and shy person, and I really appreciate my time being alone in my office in front of a computer screen doing my edit thing. But when you are in a place like this with people like this, it's especially encouraging, especially inspiring to know other people from each part of the world, and getting to know them, getting to know their work, getting to know how they also love the Word of God and the Word themselves. It can be really inspiring to be in a place like this, because you will not feel alone. And you'll be comfortable knowing that God is working in each part of the world with talent and gifted people to promote the advance of His kingdom through this so special mission, who is the Christian literature. This is that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, and being an introverted person, being willing to do this. So thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you, Trix.